الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لست يا سيدنا لست يا سيدنا من يا رجال الله يوم نشهد رفعت واستنشق من الأركان رباني تاركتنا صحبة وخير في جميع. Anyone has a question? Willkommen. Ahmed, hast du eine Frage?
Können Sie uns sagen oder uns lehren über das Schlafen, wie man also nach der Sunna schlafen soll und zum Beispiel auch wie man so machen kann, dass man weniger Schlaf braucht?
Ist schwierig, aber he's asking how to sleep. What is the sunnah of sleeping? Ask Sheikh Jamaluddin. No. Marana was saying that what shall we say? We can say from Grand Sheikh Abdullah Faiz Dagestani, Karasasiru Hawaliya, he was maybe sleeping 3 hours, 24 hours or something like this. 3, maybe 4, I don't know. Because he was going to sleep after Isha, directly. After Isha, to catch the hours before midnight. There, as we know in our science also in Europe, it is worth double, no? You take double energy than after midnight, the hours before midnight. And so he went to sleep and he got up at 12:30, midnight. Half an hour after midnight, he got up. And then he was praying something, and then he gave sohba, private sohba, a special sohba with Sheikh Nazim for him, so to say, mainly. And then there was Sheikh Abdul Salam. He was making tea, the tea, always with tea, sofa with tea. And they continue their prayers, the sofa and Fajr, they pray Fajr. After Fajr, Grand Sheikh, he was going down to Maqam Sheikh Muhyiddin, Ibn Arabi, Salihiyya, going down maybe 10 minutes from his maqam up to Sheikh Muhyiddin, maybe 10 minutes. And there he spent the hours, morning hours and before Zuhr, up to Zuhr. And after Zuhr, he was resting a little bit. He slept maybe 1 hour after Zuhr. That was the habit of Grand Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani about, but that no one can do this. There is some hours where you should not sleep, and that is after Asr, between Asr and Maghrib. Especially if it's coming near to Maghrib, you should not sleep 1 hour before Maghrib or 1/2 hour before Maghrib, or even half an hour. Some people they sleep just before Maghrib. in Maghrib, into Maghrib. Should not sleep because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was warning us, and he said, I think, hadith, like, he's not, if somebody sleeps that hour, he's not taking responsibility that he gets mad or gets a jinn or something like this. He gets, something. It's dangerous to sleep in that hour. Otherwise you can sleep anytime. You are free. Or not free. You are working and things like that. Sayyidi Muhammad, you know that hadith?
Yes.
From when the Prophet said, don't sleep in after Asr.
After Asr, yeah, the hadith.
Because
Is it if you wake up crazy, then
you wake up,
blame yourself only? No?
yeah, if you wake up crazy, blame yourself. It's true. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, you have the best guidelines. In Khilwat, when they make Khilwat, Murids, they don't sleep more than 6 hours in 24 hours. Not more than 6. Try to sleep on the right side, on your right side. It's the best position. On the left side, they are saying the sleep is too deep. That is a hint. Awliya, they are not really sleeping. They are sleeping, but they are not deeply sleeping. I remember with Maulana Sheikh Nazim, Qasasal Waliya, Maulana Sheikh, we traveled in the beginning, 1980 and 1981, and we were in Haus Schneede, in the Burhani Tariqat Center, and we were sleeping. There was mattresses, never hotel, anything. Maulana also on a mattress, and we behind on the floor or something. It was arrangement. And we went to sleep very late. Always. It was also summertime, I think, and it was late Isha, and Maulana was speaking and this and that, and he went to sleep maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours before Fajr, or 1.5 hours or something. And he said, I'm going to sleep. He lay down on his, I think it was on his left side. You can also sleep on the left side, it's okay. Because I saw Maulana sleeping on the left side. And you can also on the back. I saw also Maulana sleeping on the back. But never on the stomach. That is no good. Don't sleep on the stomach. So he was sleeping, and that was like this, and he was gone. If you watch him, you watched him because we were still there. And he was this deep breath of very calm, deep breath was going on. We were whispering and saying this and that, and what tomorrow. And suddenly he wake up as if nothing. He said, oh, such and such, you must do this. Bam. Sleeping. He's changing, no problem. It's a different kind of sleeping. It was a demonstration for me that it's a different kind of sleeping. He is sleeping, but he is awake. I don't know, but we heard this. We heard this from other audios, no? It's a fact. Then, what else?
Wudu.
What is your question? Special question?
For sleeping, wudu.
With wudu, make wudu before going to sleep. Make wudu, recite something. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, ayatul kursi, if you can, and salawatu sharifa. It's good, makes you free from Albträume. Okay? Nightmares.
Nightmare.
You sleep but if you work it's a heavy duty. It's okay. You must look how is your energy. If you can wake up before Fajr, it's good. Even half an hour before Fajr to pray Tahajjud or something, or Shukr, or Salatul Sajda, or Tasbih, Najah, Salatul Najah. If you can pray something, even you get up and you drink tea, you will be counted for the people who are awake. Ahlul, Ahlul stakeholder? Huh? To the awakened people, that time. Because Allah is saying that He's looking that time for His servant. What He wants from me. He's coming to me, He's or not, He's looking. That time. And you get beautiful. And you get people are loving you. If you do this, people love you. If you do this. Grand Sheikh was saying this.
Eine Schwester will wissen, ob man mit offenem Fenster schlafen darf.
Das war zu leise jetzt. Also,
Offenes Fenster schlafen darf. Ob man mit offenem Fenster schlafen darf.
Ist nicht so gut, glaube ich. Darf man, aber ist nicht so. Soweit ich es mitgekriegt habe, ist immer besser zuzumachen.
Besser zu?
Ich glaube schon. Hat nicht Maulana das Fenster zugemacht?
Habe ich von Jamaluddin gehört.
Hat zugemacht, ne? Weil du weißt nicht, was für Wesen da rumfliegen nachher und die vielleicht reinfliegen ins Zimmer. Maybe there's coming some entities, spiritual entities entering your room. What else?
8 Stunden. Nicht mehr als 8 Stunden.
Wie bitte?
Nicht mehr als 8 Stunden hat Sheikh Nabi gesagt.
Ah yeah, not more than 8 hours. Not more than 8 hours you should sleep, because then your body gets heavy. It's the opposite. You think you sleep well and you sleep a lot and you know you are fresh. You are not fresh. You are more heavy. If it is more than 8 hours in a run, it's no good. You know. Was noch?
Sheikh Hassan,
Hmm?
I have a question there,
Yes.
but it's another question. Can I ask you?
Yes. I was, I tell you, there was a neighbor in Damascus, Abu Khalil. He was, at night time, his work was to go at night time with a donkey. They have donkeys and two big bags, you know. Not very, very thick leather or some, I don't know what is material. Very, very mucky and very strong, powerful bags over the donkey, and he's sitting on the donkey, and they are collecting garbage, nighttime, on the mountain of Kasyon. Yeah, still they do this, because you cannot, the roads, they don't, you cannot drive, you know, with that normal car to collect the garbage. So they take the donkeys, up to now, up today, I think. That was his job, nighttime. So he was never sleeping nighttime. The only time he slept was after Zuhr, half an hour. And he was funny one, good one, hidden one, hidden awliya. Abu Khalil. Okay.
Yeah, actually it's kind of
Allah yarhamah.
Um,
Fatiha. Bismillah. Yes, Khairuddin.
Yes, actually we can relate anyway. This question we can relate with also this matter of sleeping. The question is some main routes. So if you can give some main routes or guidelines between the difference between adab, censure.
Sincerity?
No, when you judge yourself, you make like when you, for example, the journalist censura. Censoring, yes, adab, censoring, and for example, interior dialogue while interior dialogue while you are sleeping, for example. While we are sleeping, sometimes we don't have this kind of, because the question comes from one brother that it's very interesting for me. It was very interesting to stay with him, because he would say every time astaghfirullah, 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 no? Even if you say, okay, you might always say astaghfirullah, no? But it was like in a way that he was like pushing too much, no? And I thought, that is adab or censoring? Censoring, I don't know. About the dialogue also, no? We have dialogue inside.
We don't know what this person.
No, it's not what about in general, not about that person. The person just give the link to think about.
What is your question?
The question is, what is the difference between adab and censoring? For example, no, I make like this. No, I don't make like this because it's adab, not to make like this in front of the sheikh actually, no. But like I'm censoring the fact that I feel stressed, let's say, no, and I make this. This is physically, let's say.
Physical.
But interiorly, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes we don't say some things about we don't say some things on ourselves because we think it's adab, it's not adab, or we are judging. For example, I'm judging too much sometimes, and actually maybe these things is telling me something else if I'm looking another way.
Judging yourself?
Yeah, judging
yourself?
Yes.
Yourself?
Yeah, of course. I think it's common to judge our thinkings or our or something like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe thinking actually. Maybe thinking.
Judging? You must not judge all the time. May observe. May observe what is happening within you. Observing. Allah is judging. Because if you judge yourself, you will also judge others. And this is no good. You know, we are...
Yeah, but the relation between also ego, no? We say, that's my ego. Okay.
Yeah.
And what you do?
And forget your ego. You have ego.
Yeah.
You have. We have. All of us. What you do with it?
Yes.
You forget it. That person who said Astaghfirullah, he is right. Because we are, if we say all the time Astaghfirullah from now up to Yom Al-Qiyamah, it's okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the point exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point. The point is, I say Astaghfirullah, but maybe it's a treasure from Allah. This coming thinking. Maybe it's a treasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I say Astaghfirullah like this, I blocking something. That's the question. It's adab or censoring.
Blocking what?
Blocking maybe something which coming, you know, with something which is, I don't know, something which is, I'm not.
No, you're not blocking anything. You are getting free if you say Astaghfirullah. Because Astaghfirullah you say because you are not looking to Allah. You're looking to yourself. You're with your ego, finally, you know? That is why you say Astaghfirullah. Because it should be that you look to Allah Almighty all the time. Should be, no? And that there should be nothing more important than Allah. All the time. It's not tomorrow or yesterday, no. It's now and forever. So we have to say Astaghfirullah, because we are occupied with ourselves. And Allah created us like that also, with that ego, no? He allowed us and He created us, that ego, also with shaitan and together, and to stand against it. Yes? To learn something. Because you can only know white when you know black. The opposite. Through the opposite, you know Allah. No? Through the La ilaha illallah. Through the La ilaha, you know illallah. There's only Allah. So yes, you say Astaghfirullah. And Allah likes it if you say Astaghfirullah. That you want Him, that you come back to Him, that you want to look at Him, that you want to take connection with Him. He likes it, He wants it, and He is longing for it, actually, they say. He is longing for it. He has a great longing for the heart of His servant. Yes, to unite with Him. He has a great longing. And adab is three. Adab for Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is adab. There is adab for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and for your Sheikh, that is for your Sheikh. If it's for your Sheikh, it's for Prophet. And thirdly, adab between human beings. Or you can say, also there's creatures. There's adab for animals, adab for plants, for your surroundings. There's also adab for creation. How you look the creation. There is adab. This you have to if you mean that you have to check. You are automatically checking, no? And you know when there is no adab, you realize it. Yeah, mostly. Not always, yeah, not always. Mostly not, let's say. But sometimes you may realize You may learn something. It's like this. And adab for your Sheikh is mainly obeying. Mainly is obeying adab. Obeying the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the orders of Prophet. So it's coming, Allah's order coming through the Prophet to obey. And going to the Sheikh, of course, and the Sheikh to obey. That is adab. If you don't obey, that is qalil al-adab. Qalil al-adab. Assalamu alaikum. Viele Grüße zu Hause. Yes? To fight for good qualities, for patience, for thankfulness, to remember Allah every time, all the time, as much as you can. Allah is saying on every second page of Holy Quran, I say, remember Allah a lot. No? A lot. By anything, by thinking about Him, even thinking about creation, but it's related always to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or making zikr, or thinking about Him, or seeking Him, all the ways. And it gets more fine. The more perfect you get in this, or let's say, the more you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more you know His aspects through His names, the more adab is asked. And this is dangerous. More dangerous it gets. The more you know something about Allah or Allah, the more necessary it is to have adab, and dangerous to step out of adab. Because when you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that means you're getting nearer. Love is growing by any step. Any time you know something, love is growing for Him. And this is a step nearer to Him. When you come nearer, there is fire. That is why they say also, it is not easy to be in the near of the Sheikh, always. It's not easy. Because the Sheikh, he is representing, and he is fire. And you have to keep your adab with him. It's dangerous. Our Sheikh was very tolerant, very tolerant. Was not always like that. There is stories, many stories, about Naqshbandi grand sheikhs from the same line like Maulana Sheikh. There were some people, they had no adab, especially people who said themselves that they are sheikhs, and they are doubting to the sheikh, and they make adabsis with him. They died. They died. They died. Many of them died. There's stories. It's dangerous. There was a dervish, and he was poor dervish, poor one. He was always traveling and begging only. And one day he goes through the main town of that country, many 100 years ago, and he is passing the palace of the queen. There was a queen in that country, queen. He's passing the street, opening the window. Suddenly he's looking, coming the face of the queen. She's looking out of the window. He is looking, and immediately he is caught by the beauty of the queen, of her face. He's staring, he forgets everything. He's looking, and window is closing, but he is still looking. He's hoping that the window will be open again. Right there and then, he sits down and he's looking to the window, not looking anywhere else. For hours, for days, for weeks. After some time he could not discern, he could not distinguish him from the dust of the street. He was eating what the dogs were eating, he was also eating. What the people throw away, dogs, he's also eating, living with the dogs. He cannot, after some time he was just same color than the street. Then the servants of the queen, they reported this to the queen, and the queen said, bring that man here. And they brought him, and she was saying, what are you crazy? You have no adab to sit in front of the window of in front of the palace of the queen and in front of the window and looking. You have no adab. You want to be punished? What is wrong with you? And he said, then he declared his love to the queen. He said, I saw your face and I couldn't help it. My heart was gone immediately to you. I lost my heart within you, and I have nothing, I cannot do anything. And like this he was speaking. And the queen said, you are no adab, it is wrong what you are doing. Who are you to say this to me, to the queen? You have the choice, leave this country or we put you to death. Put you to death, or you leave this country immediately and never come back. And he said, oh my queen, don't be so cruel. You know, I lost my heart with you and I love you and I cannot do anything. And she said, no choice, no other way, only these 2 points. Then he was standing up and he was intending to go, to leave the country. He was choosing to leave the country. Then she said, the queen said, grab him and kill him. Because if he would have said, because he is a liar, his heart, he lost his heart, he lost his life. Where he lost his life, lost his heart, and he's going and leaving the country. If he would have said the truth, he would have said, I lost my heart and I love you, kill me, because I already killed. There is nothing. I have not my own heart. There is no heart. It's with you. I am finished. I'm already killed. Finished. Well, do what you want, no? That is what he should have said. And she said, if he would have said that, I would marry him and also make him king. And Allah is my witness, she said. You see? Yeah? Khairuddin, you understand? This is a very important story.
Yeah, it's very important.
It shows that you have to have the adab, if you want to. The more you get near, the more. Because Allah is jealous. He is jealous. Most jealous one, existing one, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Maulana was saying. Then, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then, your Sheikh. He's also jealous. Then your wife. What? No. No. Then yourself. You are jealous. Gentlemen, no? Yeah. It's okay. It's like this.
Yeah, actually, you now I also understand something which troubles me. The choices, how you choose.
Mm-hmm.
That's related also with this fact.
Hmm?
I think that it's related. I feel that it's
Yes.
related.
Yes.
What you choose to do.
Yes, yes.
Also in your daily life,
Yes.
your daily plan.
Right?
This
Yes.
is
Yeah.
like a problem, let's say, to me, to
Yeah.
choose the right
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, it's always a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a daily practice,
Yeah.
daily challenge. If you go with adab, to choose the right thing or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Every day.
main point, maybe.
Very,
I
very
feel-
many points. Many points.
I feel that. Yes.
Yes. Anything else?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan, how can we, in our daily life, going along with our work, with our chores we have to do every day around the house, or how can we remember Allah more? How can we remember Him more? Sometimes I am forgetting Allah for hours and hours. I don't even think about Him, and then I'm remembering and saying, Astaghfirullah, you're not 3 hours or more, you didn't even remember Allah once in your brain, nothing.
MashaAllah, you're very good. 3 hours only? MashaAllah. I can offer more. That is the right question, what you are asking. How we are managing to think about Allah more. This is not easy. Especially when you are involved in your dunya business. But as we said, if you make intention before you start to work, before you are entering this business, after your prayer, Fajr prayer or whatever, you make intention to be with Him. You make a dua and you make intention that your niyat is to remember Allah always. So, then knowing that you cannot do this, but then you are, secondly, you are devoting your work and your actions for Him. Your job for the money for your family, and whatever you do, it is all, you make it for Allah, for Prophet ﷺ, for his ummah, for the honor of Prophet, for the honor of the ummah, for the honor of your Sheikh, all of it. That is your niyat, you make it in the beginning. Then you go. Because you cannot. But you can practice. MashaAllah. After 3 hours you say, oh, I didn't think about Allah. And then you say Astaghfirullah. That is very good, actually. It's okay. Then you can train, you train. You say, if you cannot think about him, maybe difficult, because you need time and meditation and so, because you are busy with the people and this and that, then you can try to repeat the name Allah in your heart. More and more. Even speaking with people, maybe it's running. You can practice this. This is daily practice. Daily practice. Also, when your boss is very angry with you, you say silently, Ya Wadud. No? Or your wife can also sometimes be angry with you, maybe. Or the husband is angry and the wife, she is saying silently, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, without listening, without hearing, just in the heart. Then the other one is changing after some time. Like this, and so many names, and this and that. You can practice. Allah knows your intention and He gives you success. Only He can give you success. And He knows your longing for that, and He knows you want to be free. He understands. But still we have to work it out. We have that ego, we have that love for dunya still, love for this, love for that, and it has to be worked out. Worked out? Yeah. To get demontage of the ego. And helpful, very helpful, is the rabita. Because sometimes you cannot, you are so immersed, you are full of this thing, and you want to remember, you want to take on it, but you notice you can't. Then, latest, then you must make rabita sharifa, and immediately you get the opening. Was one of Sheikh Nazim or Sheikh Muhammad. Maulana was saying that Sheikh Muhammad has 70 times more power than him. And everyone is saying, how is this possible? What is this? Maulana is very powerful, And how can be that his son, his Khalifa, has 70 times more power? You must not understand like this. More power means more authority for openings, to use the power of Allah Almighty. This time. It's a new time, no? He is using. There's 70 times more openings, doors. Maulana Sheikh Muhammad, he will use it. He can use it. He has authority, permission to use. Like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said,
Al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Al-Mahdi alayhi salam.
Mahdi alayhi salam.
He has more miracles, more.
From 100 openings or what, or doors, only one door opening for me.
For Prophet and that.
99 in the time of Mahdi alayhi salam. No? There is a proof. What our Sheikh always told us, that when Mahdi comes, it is tuck, tuck, tuck. So only miracles. Only working miracles. No normal way. Only miracles. But it doesn't mean that Sayyidina Mahdi alayhi salam has more power than the Prophet. No. Understand? But there is the permission of the opening. So you may, if you make Rabita, you are free as you like, and but the rabita with Maulana Sheikh Muhammad is very powerful and gives you such openings for remembrance, for instance. As you can see, even outwardly he is always with Allah, you know. Even outwardly you can see. Always concentrated. There's no second or any moment you can say, no, now he is. No. This is, inshallah.
Shukran.
I was thinking, you asked the question about eating other time, no?
Yes,
But there is and I found something. There is a book about this. But now I forgot. Inshallah, we keep it. We're coming back, inshallah. There is a good, very good teaching about eating. So we pray, no? We pray. Inshallah. Or anyone has something? We pray Isha, inshallah. Wa min Allah wa tawfiq bi hurmat al-Fatiha.